school when I treat them as the boy that they are versus trying to make them men when they're not. And they probably have very few examples of that.
Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Coming with straight truth.
Corey, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Check it out one time.
I can't get hype with the Zen music.
Let's go, TT. It's Monday in the morning.
The morning music, it's so Zen. So I feel like I have to say, good morning.
Yeah.
You are listening to Truth in the Morning.
I tried to get hype. Give you the Migos ad-libs right then.
I mean, I got to have that DJ Khaled. All I do is win, win, win. That's my hype, get up in the morning. But let me go ahead and do the best that I can. Good morning, Truth Nation. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It's your girl, DT, with the legendary Dame Elsie. We are here kicking off your great first Monday of the lowering of the temperatures because I was...
Season. Is that what we call it?
Well, I don't acknowledge or celebrate Halloween.
Homecoming.
A lot of homecoming this weekend. The Cubs and the Brewers. Because here's the thing, I flew in.
Are you a Cubs fan too?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't get into baseball.
Okay.
I'm a Bears fan. That's all I can. It's exhausting.
I know you're a Bears fan.
It takes up a lot.
I didn't know if it extended to all Chicago sports.
I'm a diehard Bucks fan.
Okay, great. Just checking.
Yeah, it's Bucks and 6 all day.
Just checking. Did the Brewers win both games this weekend? They only won
Andrew,
one?
talk to us.
They only played one game.
They only played one? Okay. Why didn't they play two? Then they started on Saturday.
They played tonight, right?
Yes, they played Monday night.
Yeah.
Oh, so they take a day off in baseball?
Yes.
Oh, that's weak.
So I take it you're not a baseball fan either.
Hell no.
Yeah, I'll go to. Look. Now I love a good baseball game because I'm eating.
See, I don't go to baseball games.
I just don't understand. It's like you understand football. My son always says this. Like no other, but you don't understand baseball. I'm like,
and maybe
no.
that's why I don't like baseball, because I don't understand the nuances of it. And so to me, it's just boring. It's like, okay, it's 9 people standing there, it's 9 people standing
that's what
in the clubhouse, and I don't understand the signs. See, because he went there, they're gonna do this, and they're gonna get out of here. I don't understand.
I do appreciate the 9th inning stretch at a Cubs game because we take me out to that tradition. Yeah. Now, if I go to a Chicago Cubs game versus whoever, it's on. It's like a rock concert.
And I'm assuming
free everything. Yeah, it's a party.
I'm assuming
Wrigleyville ain't no joke.
This is the first time the Cubs and the Brewers have played in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
So this is probably rocking.
Yeah, because it's like up and down. You just go up and down the street. Traffic. If you were between Milwaukee and Chicago this week,
Chicago
traffic. So when I landed, and we're going to get into that on Saturday morning, I promise y'all, Truth Nation, when I got off the plane, I was like, I'm sorry, did we leave Dallas? Because there's no way this is Milwaukee in October. But then I thought about it. Dun, dun, dun! Global warming. See, black folks, when I was co-hosting Truth Be Told with DT and Telly, because this is typically a subject matter that's not in our vernacular. Mm-hmm. Rightfully so. Black folks got way more stuff to worry about.
I was going to say that, but I was
traditionally.
going to let you finish your rant before I said that.
See, here we go. Now I'm ranting. That's a trigger for me.
It's a rant. I don't get down
Dame,
with global warming.
If I'm ranting, then you are the CEO of ranting.
I am. I don't get down.
You are the king of ranting if I'm ranting.
I do.
Real talk.
But I don't get down with the global warming and the recycling and all that stuff, because this is why. I'm black. That's enough. I got too much other stuff.
I love how I was trying to make that point, but go ahead. You got the mic, Beyonce. I'm just Kelly over here. Go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I can't get into it. That's why I was gonna let you finish.
No, go ahead.
Because you were gonna say what I was gonna say.
Oh, now you Kanye and me. I was gonna let you finish, Taylor, but go ahead.
You was gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm black. I don't get down with that. I got too much other stuff to worry about.
Got it, bro.
And I always feel like companies and corporations want me to do my little pitch-ins and save my little plastics so then they can mess it all up. Give them more space to mess everything up. Because if a corporation decides they're going to do something to save the climate, that's going to have a larger and more lasting effect than me separating my garbage.
Now, I will say this, your daughter, her generation, so whether you're black, however your identity is from a race standpoint, the younger generation, so Gen Zers especially, they are woke when it comes to environmental safety and health. So it's no longer a white thing. No, for real. Like,
she's serious.
I'm so serious. Like, shout out to the younger generation, because if you think about it, they're like, look, we have to live here. We have to live in this thing called Earth for like at least 5-6 more decades. Mm-hmm. So when y'all are gone, we're now reaping all the bad stuff that y'all did to Mother Earth. Mm-hmm. Now we have to try to be as proactive and prevent or slow the progress as much as possible. So shout out to all the young folks that are woke in the sense of Mother Earth, recycling, all that good stuff. Because Lord knows, if you come to my house, it's one time. Let me not say that out loud.
Because my kids get on me. They be like, Daddy.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You don't have a plastic container?
Exactly.
No, put it in the garbage. All that's garbage.
Younger generations have like 5 different trash dispensaries. There's
compost. Come on, man.
I'm serious. Like, break it down. Like, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that awareness, because that's a whole nother episode we could get into, because I know woke is like a trigger word now. And I'm like, if y'all really understood what woke meant, but I digress. So anyway, how was your weekend? That's a whole nother episode. How was your weekend, Dame?
That's my favorite word. That's how I know we're alike, because people will be like, I digress, Dame voice. Because I go off into something and I have to catch myself. Like, this can go for a while. Let me just pull it back. But I digress. My weekend was cool. It was, all I did was work. And, that's pretty much what I do. I mentor youth on the weekend. I say it every Monday. That's what I do. And so I spent a large portion of the weekend doing that. And that was it. My daughter is I got my Howard Law hat on, so she's getting sworn into the bar.
That is what's up. Yeah. Shout out to your daughter. Congratulations, Mom and Dad.
Shout out to Yana, Nyambi, Elsie. Gave her whole government. Yeah. So we're all excited for her.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. She's got.
Okay, proud dad. He's got his Howard Law School dad hat on. I'm loving it. I would too.
She had 4 other sisters, and she set the bar high, and so no pun intended. And they all see it, and they all are aspiring to.
I'm so sorry.
That same level.
I didn't get the joke when you said no pun intended.
She set the bar. She's
bar law. Okay.
She set the bar high.
Thank you. I was like, I'm trying to get it 7:07 in the morning. Now I get it. That was good. That was a good one.
So shout out to Ayana. She was like, because I was talking to her last night, and I was like, I got to go on the air tomorrow, so I'm preparing all of this stuff that I'm talking about, and I was telling her the stuff, and she's like, you're not gonna shout me out? I was like, of course I'm gonna shout you out. I hadn't thought about it at that moment, but of course I always do. So shout out to her.
Now, is this the daughter that I met last week?
It is.
2 weeks ago?
It is.
Y'all, I met Dame's daughter during the African American Chamber of Commerce Wisconsin's Breakfast of Champions. I had the distinguished opportunity to host the event, and this beautiful young lady walks up to me afterwards, and I'm thinking, this young lady looks mad familiar. Why does she look so familiar? Like, mad familiar. And she introduces herself, and I was like, oh my gosh, you look just like your father. When I tell you, Truth Nation, that Dame's daughter literally was spit out from Dame, like, man, if I were your, do you want to say it was a baby mama or ex-wife, I'd be so mad. I did all the work. And yeah, because see, I got to talk to your ex-wife, because you got to pray when you're carrying. Because my son, hallelujah, looks just like me. I mean, now he claims that he's looked like his dad, but.
They do when they get older.
Yeah, I get it, but.
All of mine went through phases. They went through phases where they'd look like me, and then they would look like their mama, and then now she looks older, she started to look like me.
Like if you shaved your beard, y'all literally.
If I shaved my beard and got pretty, then I would be.
Y'all would be twins, like for real. But no, speaking of work, I was with some of your associates, which is why I flew in on Saturday. Shout out to Marcelia Nicholson, chairwoman of the, let me get her Milwaukee County Supervisors chair. And so I was sitting with the Stampers during the wedding, and then the reception. I mean, everybody was there, like every notable leader, elected official. And I will just say this, because I don't talk about people's life-changing moments in public unless they ask me to. So I'll just say this. Number one, it was an absolutely beautiful, beautiful wedding. And again, congratulations to Marcelia Nicholson and her husband, who is now my Guyanese brother. They're all Guyanese. So we connected through that. But the reason why that wedding was so fire, y'all, is because it was 45 minutes.
That is. You take this man to be your wife. That was like.
No, it wasn't even rushed. It was literally, I'm not going to get into it because, again, I want to respect. But I will just say this. It was 45 minutes. And the reason why I appreciate that, because, and we've talked about this, between black folks' weddings and Catholic weddings, and there's a number of black Catholics. Let me say it. Let me be more specific. Between black folks' weddings, regardless of denomination, and white Catholic weddings, man, y'all can miss me. Listen. My anxiety goes so high when I know I'm going to either a white Catholic wedding or a traditional black wedding, because we're gonna be there all day, doggone day.
You know, a black wedding, we're gonna have church. And when I got married, I was when I initially got married. I'm now since divorced, for all those that don't know. When I got married, I was 22. And so it was a lengthy experience, the wedding itself. Because, you know, you got so many, like I said, you got so many different people that are involved. You got grandparents still around that are active and involved. You got your parents.
And everybody got to walk down the aisle.
And everybody's got to come down the aisle. Everybody has something that they want to do. So you got to do all of that in the midst of the wedding. And so you got 5 songs. You got everybody walking down the aisle.
And they're all live. It's a concert. Yeah. You're going to get at least 5 performances.
And like I said, the Ribbon in the Sky was the song. And it was he had been playing Ribbon in the Sky for so long that he just was like, do-do-do-do-do-do. He couldn't say the words no more. No, everybody's like, man, don't let him say the words no more. That's how long ago it was.
When you go to a black wedding, you're going to hear Ribbon in the Sky at least.
Absolutely.
At least 5 times. And then you're going to hear this 10 times. Do-do-do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do-do-do.
He went through that part. And had to make up his own do-do-do.
When we come back, we're gonna hit y'all with the Ribbon in the Sky. No, seriously. White Catholic weddings, black weddings, we got to do better. But shout out to Marcelia Nicholson because they knocked it out the park. When we come back, we're going to get into voters' remorse. How's it working for you? For those that voted for Mr. Trump, President Trump, how's it working for you? How are you feeling? A lot going on. Also, for those that thought, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with us, we told y'all, because the ICE raids just down the street took place in predominantly black neighborhoods. When we come back, we're going to get into both of those topics. We want to hear from you as well. Our Truth Talk and Text line is 833-212-1017. You are listening to the morning show, Truth in the Morning, on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Oh.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Your home has been working hard for you. Now it's time to let it work a little harder. With a home equity line of credit from Brewery Credit Union, you can turn the equity you've built into smart solutions. Pay off high-interest debt, remodel your kitchen, or take care of life's unexpected expenses with flexible access to funds when you need them. Apply today and put your home's value to work for you. Visit brewerycu.com or stop by Brewery Credit Union. Equal housing lender. Federally insured by NCUA.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
Junior Achievement is proud to team up with the Admirals to help young people build the skills they need to win in school, in work, and in life. Thank you to the Milwaukee Admirals for supporting JA programming and for giving our students a power play toward a brighter future. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
That's how at a black wedding, when I hear this, I'm like, we about to be here all damn day. When you go to a black wedding and you hear this song, you got 2 seconds to exit. Get your exit strategy.
Because look, at my wedding, I can only speak for my own wedding. It was like 7 or 8 people on either side. You keep playing the song. It was like 7 or 8 people on either side. And then you had her grandparents, my grandparents, her parents, my parents. All of these people had to come down the aisle. The flower bearers, her little cousins, my little cousins. So I'm standing up there for a good 40, 45 minutes.
Just waiting for your bride.
Just waiting for her to come down.
Did she change her mind? Is she good? Is she all right?
It was a lot.
Is she here?
It was well, I knew she was there, but it was, shout out to my cousin who was not there initially when the wedding started. He's listening, and I ain't gonna say his name because he knows.
Damn.
I don't want to air him out, but he wasn't there at first, and so we had to wait on him, and so that made the experience even
Actually,
longer.
I need you to shout him out because I need to put my hands on him.
No,
you gonna have folks waiting. So you're Dame's cousin. You're part of the problem.
In hindsight, he was trying to be like, boy, what are you doing? You are 22, getting married. What are you? So it was his quiet.
Then say that.
It was
because you made a lot of innocent people.
It was his quiet protest.
You made a lot of innocent people suffer. Dame's cousin. Yeah, say his name.
No, I'm not gonna say his name. I've said his name before, but I'm not gonna say his name under this capacity because I don't want nobody saying nothing to him. Shout out my cousin Trent.
Talking about
that's my big brother. And I love him.
He should have. You know what? He should have stood in front of the congregation and been like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, he's like
Thank
my
y'all
big
so
brother.
much for coming.
We were raised together, and he's like, first cousins is brothers and sisters.
See, what you're doing right now. Nobody cares. See, we're still focusing on the fact that we wasted 8 hours of our lives because of your cousin, selfish cousin.
It was not that long. He was only about 30 minutes late.
Oh, trust and believe. Okay. let's go there then. What time did people start arriving at the church?
Oh, the wedding was supposed to start at 2.
Okay. What time did people start arriving at the church?
They had been there since maybe about 1:30.
Exactly.
1:40.
Stay with me. Now, what time did people start eating dinner at the reception?
Oh, the reception.
Just sir, it's a simple question. What time?
6.
There we go. Now you done had me sitting here, and because he said probably 6, realistically, Andrew, probably didn't start until around 7.
Well, I told you the story. It was a halftime, and in
y'all,
the halftime,
y'all black weddings, boy. See, and it's like I got my white.
Listen, listen, man.
We're listening.
I was the first to get married out of my crew, so nobody had been married before. We didn't know the rules, so I don't blame them for this, even though I went off of them about this. Is that we got married, and then the groomsmen and the brides.
So who was the halftime performer?
They all went.
Who was the halftime performer at your wedding? Because that's what it feels like. Well, who was the halftime performance? Because we already had the opening was
whatever
8 hours of Stevie Wonder's Ribbon in the Sky. So who was the halftime performance?
The halftime performance was sponsored by Hennessy and Cannabis. Let's just say that.
This is why.
And so they went to the lake.
See what I'm saying?
They went to the lake in between us. And so they didn't know they were supposed to go right to the reception. So they went to the lake and hung out and then showed up at the reception. And me and my husband, what are y'all doing? Where y'all been? And this is before cell phones. This is 98. So nobody had cell phones unless you was a drug dealer at that time. Nobody had beepers, none of that stuff. So we couldn't call them, text them, sweat them. We just had to wait for them to show up. And then when they showed up,
do you know people, just so you know, before we get to the topic, do you know people still talk about that experience? Just so you know, not when y'all in the room, because the words that they use to describe you and your cousin and everybody else in that wedding. Anyway, got to give a shout out to our Truth Nation listeners and viewers, especially those in our YouTube message board. By the way, you can watch Dame and I live right now on YouTube at 1017. Just go to YouTube, search for 101.7 FM The Truth. You're going to see that live button. Hit that live button. You can stream and watch us now. Also, you can hit the subscribe button. That way, you won't ever have to miss any of your favorite Truth Nation broadcasts. Giving a shout out to RN Kawanda. Good morning. I'm not even going to say this person's name because every time I say it, this person says I'm saying it wrong. G. Williams. I'll just say G. Williams. Good morning. Reginald Jones, Anita Nicole. Thank y'all so much. Everybody's doing well in our YouTube message board chat. Now, let's get into this. Under the Trump administration, right now, this morning, Dame, some people are waking up questioning the choice that they made at the ballot box on November the 5th, 2024. And it's not just the quiet conversations at the kitchen table anymore.
Nope.
It's trending all over social media. It's vocal on podcasts and other media outlets. And it is, without a doubt, factual dividing communities. And recent national polls are showing a noticeable uptick in Americans expressing regret over voting decisions based on where we are currently under the Trump administration. Now, let me say this before people start calling in the Trump voters. This is not the first time. You are absolutely correct. This is not the first time. We're within a first year of an elected president where their approval ratings, let's just say, weren't high.
But have they ever been this low?
No.
Okay.
And it's never been based on this why, Dame. Most of the discontent with the Trump administration right now is coming from issues that, again, traditionally have not been part of the issues. Immigration policies, Supreme Court decisions, and just what is being perceived as a facet authoritarian dictatorship leadership style.
Right.
So it's not that this is the first time that a president during their first year has had low approval ratings. It's the why. And, Wisconsin was a swing state in both 2016 and 2020. And Milwaukee, as a swing state, our voter turnout, especially here in Milwaukee, especially among black and brown folks, has been divisive. Why do you think this matters to specifically black communities when we talk about voter remorse?
I think it matters because what we've seen Trump do this first year has all been geared towards where we are now. And like you were saying in the lead up, it's just down the road. We've been telling black people, we've been trying to warn black people that you can't sit this out. This isn't just, okay, Kamala didn't win, and we have to, they're going to see, they're going to learn. We ain't got time for that. There's no time for that. We have to be active now. Because just down the road in Chicago, if y'all been under a rock and didn't see, they went into that Chicago building and they didn't just do it haphazardly.
And let's be specifically South Side Chicago, which is, from a demographic standpoint, highly populated with who?
African Americans. And so all the things I've seen this weekend, all the videos have been on the South Side of ICE, being on the South Side. So back to the building that they raided in some militaristic fashion, where they had Blackhawks. They had them going in shoulder to shoulder with their guns out. They kicking in doors. They dragging out babies, putting little kids in zip ties. All of this show of power was not to get the 2 or 3 maybe illegal immigrants in that building. That was to scare people that look like you and people that look like me. And whether it was effective or not, I don't know. But this is why you can't sit on the sidelines. This is why we've said
I don't even care necessarily about the impact. I care about, well, actually, that is part of the impact. I care about the message that it's sending. And it's, for some reason, whether you want to own it or not, it's giving certain white people this feeling that I can do this now. I can say this now.
Yeah.
Now, when we come back, when we first started talking about this on The Truth across all of the shows, a lot of us were saying, this is not going to affect us. This is going to affect the Latino communities. This is not our fight. When we come back, let me tell you why that is absolutely wrong. And Dame, you educated me on this as we were prepping this morning's show. Milwaukee black folks do not think that this is a them issue, whether it's Chicago or us. We come back, we're going to break down exactly why everybody that is of black or brown descent or physical appearance should be on alert. You are listening to The Truth in the Morning with your girl DT and Dame Elsie. When we come back, also, Truth Nation, anybody experiencing voters' remorse? Are you regretting the vote that, however you voted, are you regretting that? 833-212-1017. Stay locked in. We will be back.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Family needing a getaway? Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells has everything you want, right on the Wisconsin River. Splash into new surrealistic water park fun with Rainbow Rapids. Try new dual zipline racing at Chula's Aerial Adventure Park. New thrills like the towering 200-foot bungee ejection ride, plus $20 million in lodging renovations, 18 holes of challenging golf, all on site. Check it all out at chulavistaresort.com.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Dr. Ken Harris with his truth.
Juneteenth signifies the occasion in 1865 when the final enslaved blacks in Texas were notified of their liberation 2.5 years subsequent to the Emancipation Proclamation. The moment when 100% of victims of slavery finally recognized their liberation indicated the principles of the U.S. Constitution came to be universally applicable. This represents a success for Black Americans and a subsequent and significant point in American history, highlighting the nation's alleged dedication to liberty and justice for all. The recent verdict in the murder of Sade Robinson serves as a reminder of the enduring evils and oppression we still face. Despite independence, numerous blacks still encounter exploitation, and they are masquerading as freedom. Commemorating Juneteenth compels us all to acknowledge these realities and compel the nation's past and promote a truthful national narrative. Juneteenth, along with the murder conviction of the disgusting individual who killed Miss Robinson, serves not merely as a celebration, but also as a summons to action. Remember this history in your daily discussions and interactions. If Juneteenth caused the conflation of liberty and justice for Black America, I say one death represented by the murder of Miss Robinson is a denial of liberty and an injustice to all of Black America.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
We have an accident now on the off-ramp to Rawson Avenue from southbound 94, so watch out for that. It is on the off-ramp, not on the main line, so at least we got that. The earlier disabled vehicle near Highway F on westbound 94 has been cleared. Delays are still sticking around through there, so you're seeing backups from Barker Road out past Highway F. On the eastbound side, got a little bit of a backup from 164 past Highway F as well, and then back on the brakes from 92nd Street all the way to 35th. Southbound 43 now starting to slow down a bit from Good Hope Road all the way down past Silver Spring. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, increasing clouds. We've got afternoon showers and isolated thunderstorms possible with a high of 76. Tonight, on and off showers or storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 55. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
I spoke to one woman who actually lives in this building, and she says she was detained by ICE agents overnight, and she says they took everyone and then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no, I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for them, even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Citizen App video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors tell us there were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People were screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. That's all I kept asking. Where's the morality? Where's the human? One of them literally laughed. He was standing right here. He said,
Chicago news affiliate ABC out of Chicago, Illinois, as the ICE raids took place last week. And yes, you heard correctly. They were bringing children out with zip lines tied around their wrists.
That's so upsetting. That angers me. Every time I see, and every time I've watched that clip 10, 15 times, and every time I watch it, I just get more upset because this is what we've been talking about, y'all. This is what we've been focusing on is how they are going to start doing this. And the fact that they just rolled up in this house, rolled up in this apartment and treated these black people in the heart of the black community of Chicago, not just on the south side, South Shore, 76th Street. You know what I'm saying? And if you know Chicago, they picked this building. It wasn't because they picked this building. It's the heart. Everybody's going to see it. It's going to be all over the place. But why can they do that? What's the reasoning?
Here's a reason. And I hope that for Truth Nation listeners and viewers that y'all lean in, because these raids are happening in neighborhoods that look like ours. And they're happening near schools. They're even happening near churches in our communities. And if, again, you think that this is an immigration issue or this is just going to impact other folks, the Latinos, the Hispanics, you are so wrong. Because here's what they're doing. They're targeting people who they qualify from their lens of either African descent, i.e. black folks, Caribbean descent, i.e. black or brown folks, and Latin descent, i.e. brown folks. They, like, literally, I could be walking down Wisconsin Avenue and ICE could pull up. Now, how is this possible? How are ICE raids legal? Great question. So glad you asked. So the ICE operates under federal immigration law, which is how they are able to supersede state and local protections. So when, and no offense, okay, when I make this following statement, when mayors like Mayor Johnson of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, make statements like, which he did about a month ago, I'm going to do everything in my power to not allow Donald Trump to send in National Guard troops, et cetera. That is not an accurate statement. I appreciate the intent, but again, the IC operates under federal immigration law, so it's going to supersede any state or local protections. We need to understand that. That's why Trump is doing this, and he's able to do it. And so many raids are technically legal through these administrative warrants, not the criminal warrants that we're seeing used like on TV. Like when you watch Law and Order,
right?
That's not part of this. And so this legal gray area is allowing these ICE agents to just walk into people's homes or even their workplaces without judicial oversight. We need to understand that. Do not think that because you're black and you were born in America that you can't be harassed like they just did to our people down the street in Chicago.
Absolutely. And the reasoning for it is what we were talking about earlier, is the 100 miles from the border.
Please break that down. And Andrew, you're going to actually put up a picture of the 100-mile border enforcement zone. Now, Truth Nation, Dame broke this down to me before we went live, and I was like, are you kidding? Yeah. Because what Dame is about to break down is why we need to understand that whether you're Afro-Latino, Black immigrant, Central American, Black American, Milwaukee, and another thing before you get into it, Dame, Milwaukee, we really need to be on alert because we don't have a fraction of the type of formal protections for undocumented or documented residents that ICE is targeting. Y'all know that, right? Like, our local enforcement is not like Chicago's, and they even couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
So please break it down.
So with the 100-mile rule, what it means is if you're 100 miles from the border or 100 miles from a port that extends to the border, then you have the rule of ICE. So that means that gives U.S. Customs and Border Patrol authority to operate, including boarding vehicles, establishing internal checkpoints within a 100-mile radius of U.S. international land borders, coastlines, and international airports without a warrant or probable cause. So that means when you add that to the fact that the Supreme Court just said they can profile you because you're black, because you're brown, and you may look the part of something.
Say that again.
They can profile because you're black and brown and you may look the part. They don't have to know if you actually play the part. But if you look like an immigrant, you look like, and what does an immigrant look like? So if you look like you're hardworking, maybe you're working a landscaping job, maybe you're working a job that they have quotation mark labeled as an immigration type of job, then that opens you up for that.
They just did it at the, was it Hyundai? Which auto manufacturer where they did Kia?
Yeah, they just did
that.
Right.
So here's the thing, going back to Milwaukee. When you look at what happened in Chicago, many people were asking, where were the Chicago police? As we just reported.
They can't do anything.
They can't do it. Matter of fact, are y'all ready for this, Milwaukee? The local law enforcement, they have to cooperate with ICE. So now you've got an increased amount of fear. You've got an increased amount of mistrust. And the fact that they can go to the jobs to the workplaces, you now have people who aren't showing up for work.
Yeah. And even in Chicago, Mayor Johnson in Chicago tried to pass an ordinance that stated the police department, an executive order, couldn't cooperate with ICE. But they have to protect ICE when they are doing whatever they are doing.
Protect ICE.
So they're going to be there. So if something goes down, then the police officers are going to control the crowd while ICE is allowing to go in and do their operations.
And to further add to Dame's point, please know that ICE raids currently do not require a judge's warrant.
No.
Let me be like again. It's a federal immigration agency, and so here's the ripple effect. Here's what happens. And to all the black and brown listeners and to all the human beings that have if you have a heart, understand the economic and emotional ripple effects that this has on our communities, which is actually part of systemic racism, because once you start to disable a family, are y'all with me? Once you start to disable a family, because this is what happens. They are focusing on detaining a parent that typically is the breadwinner of the family. And so if you detain and take away the breadwinner of the family, then now that family faces instability. The kids have to miss school. The bills go unpaid. Businesses are losing workers for not showing up. And then you have this mistrust, and people are unstable. And it's like a community tsunami, earthquake.
Yeah.
Because it affects everyone. And so even if this is not happening or has not happened to your family, it is affecting the health and the safety and the economy of everyone here in Milwaukee, everyone in Chicago.
Because y'all have to understand, that 100-mile border that we're talking about, Milwaukee falls into that. So the same thing that they can do in Chicago when they raided that building, they can do that here. We're within that 100-mile border where they basically call it a Constitution-free zone. The Constitution can't help you here because the ICE can do what they want to do.
Because they are the immigration and customs enforcement. That is how they operate. So I want to make sure that when we come back from break, we're continue to make this distinction, because we talked about Project 2025. Y'all remember that? And a lot of folks, man, that's fiction. That's a piece of paper.
I was one of them.
When we come back, we're going to make this distinction because it's very important. If y'all woke up this morning thinking, that ain't going to happen here.
It's happening in Chicago.
Down the street. You are listening to Truth in the Morning with the legendary Dame LZ and your girl DT on the award-winning 101.7 FM, The Truth.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
We are the American Cancer Society, making strides against breast cancer. We are nearly 1 million strong and growing stronger every day. Join us on Saturday, October 11th at 8 a.m. at Summerfest Southgate as we come together for the Making Strides of Milwaukee Walk. Whether you walk for a survivor, in the memory of a loved one, or to support the American Cancer Society, you bring us closer to a future free from breast cancer. Are you ready to join the #1 breast cancer movement in the country right here in Milwaukee? Sign up for free today at www.makingstrideswalk.org/Milwaukee WI.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're having a little
DT in there dancing, y'all.
Telling you.
If you just cut it on, you saw her dancing. She's doing
that intermittent fasting, man. That's not for people like you and me, Dane.
The conversation don't stop, y'all. When we go to commercial, we still be talking. Today it was something different, but
those people who have a structured schedule every day. People like you and me, no. But that's a whole nother episode.
That's a whole nother episode.
Now let's get back into the ICE raids, because we've got a lot going on. We want to hear from you. Our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. Our live YouTube poll right now. You can watch Dame and I live. We stream on YouTube all day, every day for y'all. So just simply go to youtube.com, search for 101.7 The Truth, and you'll see where it says live. Mm-hmm. We have a live poll. Truth Nation, do you think Project 2025 was real? It's a simple question, yes or no. Ooh, we're already getting a lot of votes here. Okay, keep them coming. Now, we've been talking about the ICE raids. Mm-hmm. Dame just literally gave me one of the biggest, like, boom bombs I was like, really?
And you know how I find all this stuff out? I see stuff on Instagram, on the social media, right? And people will say something, but instead, and I want everyone to do this as well, instead of just reposting it, I may repost it, but before I do that, I'm going to go look it up. And so as I was looking it up, I went down this rabbit hole, and that's where I found out this 100-mile rule. And I told everybody I know, like, look what I just found out. So I'm glad I'm getting to share that with.
Please, and we're so appreciative
because this is real.
And when you see Milwaukee on there,
right? Doing that 100, and most black cities lie within that 100 mile. So 100 miles, it don't matter. They can do what they want to do as long as Trump says they can do it. Now they can't bring in the National Guard, they can't do all that stuff. But as far as enforcement agencies for immigration, they can do what they want to do.
And let's break this down, okay? So let's break it down. When Dame says ICE, again, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, let's break it down because there needs to be a distinction understood between administrative warrants and judicial warrants, which is exactly how many ICE raids are considered legal under federal law. So what is an administrative warrant? That is a warrant that is issued internally by ICE, specifically by a supervisor within the Department of Homeland Security, not by a judge. Now, these warrants are usually, again, Department of Homeland Security Form I-200. The warrant, and this is exactly what it's titled, y'all, Warrant for Arrest of Alien, or Form I-205, which is a warrant of removal deportation. So they're essentially bureaucratic paperwork that authorizes ICE officers to detain a person they believe is removable under immigration law. These are civil, not criminal, warrants. So immigration law is treated as civil law in most cases, not criminal law. So this means that they being ICE, Truth Nation, do not require probable cause in front of a judge the way a criminal warrant does. So ICE agents, listen, y'all, they only need to believe the person. And when I say this, they only need to believe their own personal feelings that the person is in violation of immigration rules. So that's why a lot of times, Dan, we watch these videos on social media where people are recording the ICE raids, and you hear people screaming, "Where's the warrant?" They don't need it.
And then sometimes those officers respond, "It's at the office," and then responding, we're like, "Oh, he's saying the warrant is," but he's right. Because they put out a whole warrant for that office, and then that office can do what they want to do. They can go after whoever they want to go after. Do whatever they want to do.
Say that again, because we're going to break this down. Now, Dame, just say it again.
They can do what they want to do.
Let's break this down.
After whoever they want to go after because of the warrant at the office.
This is exactly what they can do, okay? Truth Nation, ICE, as of today, can knock on your door and ask to speak with the person that is named on the warrant, the administrative warrant. They can detain individuals not just in your home, but also in public spaces, i.e. the workplace, the street, which they did successfully in Chicago. They can enter places like non-private workplaces without a judicial warrant, even if the given employer consents or doesn't consent. Now, this is what they cannot do. They cannot legally enter a private home without consent from someone inside or a judicial warrant signed by a judge, okay? So we need to understand this is what they cannot do.
It is.
They cannot break down doors or search private property on the basis of an administrative warrant alone. So many ICE raids rely on people unknowingly letting them in because the paperwork looks official.
Right.
But legally, ICE does not have the power unless someone inside gives consent. You're welcome.
There you go. And like Andrew was just saying, if y'all have ever seen the movie Sinners, and in Sinners, the vampire movie, the vampires couldn't get in, and in every vampire movie, they can't get in unless you invite them in. Just think of that. Just think of ICE's vampires, and if you don't let them in, they can't come into your private space, whether it's the private space at your office, whether it's the private space at your home, regardless of the 100-mile rule or whatever. If you don't let them in, they can't come in. But they'll try to talk their way in. They'll try to do what they can.
Fear, intimidation.
But don't let them in.
Now, why is this legal under federal law? So federal immigration enforcement operates under civil authority. And Congress, the Congress people that folks voted for has given ICE broad discretion to detain people. Detain people believe, and again, this is the operative word, y'all. Literally, I'm just going to say it like I would say if it was just me and you in a room. Dame, racism is so messed up to where you have elected officials that are supposed to serve all tax-paying, law-abiding citizens that voted for them. They are literally giving ICE the green light to detain people that they believe
blank check
are violating immigration laws just based on physical appearance, because immigration proceedings are civil. ICE does not need to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, just as someone is deportable under immigration statutes. Courts have consistently, y'all, upheld ICE's ability to issue and act an administrative warrant as part of civil immigration enforcement. The supremacy clause of the United States Constitution means that federal immigration law overrides, y'all. This is why it's so important to do what you do, Dame, and listen to the truth, because we're going to keep it 101.7 the truth. Literally, the supremacy clause of the United States Constitution means that federal immigration law overrides state, local protections in many cases, which is why the governor of Illinois, along with the mayor of Chicago, told the people 2 months ago, we're not going to let this happen.
Okay,
and you cannot stop them. And I love Mayor Cavalier Johnson. I love the city of Milwaukee. I love pretty much all of the elected officials. that serve the great city of Milwaukee. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, Trump can trump this.
Yeah. And we had
Trump can trump any of the local policies and protections, and he's doing it
just
very well.
Bringing it home, we had an issue with them opening up the ICE facility or buying the building to open up an ICE facility on the northwest side of Milwaukee. People protested. People got mad. But then the reality struck that they couldn't stop it.
Yep.
That the mayor can't stop it. The alderman can't stop it. The governor can't stop it. So that should have been a realization to us here at home, a wake-up call to us here at home that we need to learn more about it. Because in learning more about it and educating yourself, you're giving yourself a line of defense. Because what we don't know can hurt us in this case. And what we didn't know in November, it's hurting us now. Because a lot of us black people voted for Trump and said, oh, Trump's going to give us this. He's going to do this. He's going to do Now you seeing what everyone's been saying about what Trump was going to do. And how do you feel about that?
And Truth Nation, even if you're a citizen, do ICE raids make, and I'm serious, our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. Because as Dame had mentioned, this is real. It can happen, and it may happen here in Milwaukee. So even if you are a Milwaukee citizen, please know that ICE is moving into a new facility on Milwaukee's, this is a shocker, northwest side.
Yeah.
So even if you're a citizen, do ICE raids make you feel more or less safe in our community? And if so, why? So 833-212-1017. And I especially would love to hear from those who, because there was a lot of people when we were getting ready for the election that were very vocal about voting for Trump as a black person. So if you're a citizen, do you feel in the city of Milwaukee that the IC raids would make you feel more or less safe? And why? 833-212-1017. We come back. We want to hear from you. We're going to get more into the impacts and also knowing how ICE raids are going to impact black Milwaukee and brown Milwaukee. We're going to give you the facts when we come back. We want to hear from you. Stay locked in.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Your impulsive negative thoughts, reacting, and these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV, the music. And now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back, they coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
How is it possible for somebody to be found guilty of something and serve no jail time? How is it possible that someone can get a first offense misdemeanor when it comes to marijuana here in the state of Wisconsin and can face up to 6 months in jail, but two men who are convicted of murder get probation? This is not what justice is about. Why does this keep happening, Truth Nation? And why does it always seem like black people die and we don't get the justice that we deserve? How should we react to this? If you commit a crime, you must do the time. If you take somebody's life, you have to pay the cost. I don't care that it was an accident, because it does not make sense to me how someone can be murdered and somehow they get no time. Even if you accidentally kill somebody, you are still a murderer, especially when you plead guilty to felony murder. Marijuana will get you more time in jail than killing somebody, especially when it comes to a black man here in America, unfortunately.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Day one, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're going to go straight to the Truth Talking text line because it is blowing up, Dame. We're going to go live right now. So be patient to all of our listeners. We appreciate you. Dan, you are live with DT and Dame on Truth in the Morning. What is your question or comment?
Good morning, first of all, guys, and thank you for definitely putting that information and keeping us informative and everything.
You're welcome.
I was calling just to make a comment on where you just asked, knowing everything that's going on, does it make us more afraid, or and I gotta say it does make me more afraid, but most important, it makes me more vigilant. And like you just saying with that 100-mile radius and everything. I just need people to wake up, man. Y'all need to understand. First of all, with the housing crisis going on in the city and everything, that right there is going to be leverage right there for ICE. Let me just break it down real quick, because you got to remember in Chicago, that building that was raided, that was a Wells Fargo owned building that was foreclosed, and they trying to collect their money. So they got to try to get that insurance money and everything. And here in Wisconsin, specifically Milwaukee, and especially in that northwest area, there's a lot of tenant issues over there, and they've been trying to push tenants out very much. And trust me, there's going to be grounds for ICE if they come this way and everything, because people trying to collect and they can't really evict people. So that's a good way to try to get them out, to displace them so they can get their money. So I just need everybody to wake up and be vigilant out here. And, man, watch your kids.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you, brother. That was really a great call. We're going to go to our next caller. DJ, thank you so much for your patience. You are live with Dame and DT on the Truth in the Morning. What is your question or comment?
Good morning. My comment, I'm just kind of, people, I struggle with how little our communities, not just our communities as in terms of black people, but just in general, like in the U.S., we really don't take anything seriously. Like we sat, we saw, we heard the 2020, the Project 2025. People posted about it, sure, but like, where was the strategy around if this happens, then we'll do this? There was no strategy, and the only real strategy that we had, which is up for debate, is to actually vote. And unfortunately, many of us thought that it would be more beneficial for us to spend time talking about how terrible Kamala was, which I'm not, in my own perspective, I'm not a fan. I did not vote for her the first time she ran. In fact, I went out and door knocked and encouraged folks not to vote for her or Joe. But I think we need to be clear about what was on the table, and I still don't think people realize what was on the table, because we weren't talking about two people or two parties. We were talking about the end of democracy or its continuation. You cannot put a foot on Donald Trump's neck. I have yet to see anybody put a foot on his neck. Kamala, as a black woman, there would have been space to put a foot on her neck, not only from her people, but white people would have been on her neck as well. But now here we are, the same people who spend time protesting and lining up to complain or to push back on the things that are wrong are those that are now like, oh, well, I feel like this is what America deserves. It's what America deserves until it's at your doorstep. So when are we going to actually strategize? Because this is year one. That's it. We haven't even completed a full year. Do we have someone else in place? Who are you going to put in place to vote for the next election, if we even get an opportunity to have one of those? Because we forget he doesn't even want for us to be able to vote again. Y'all not listening because you have gotten into a space of complacency and safety in America, but this is not, it's not sweet. And I don't know how to keep reminding folks it's not sweet. It shouldn't feel sweet that your neighbors are getting their homes raided and being taken away. That should not feel like it's safe. So I'm going to stop there before I really take it there.
Do me a favor, Andrew. Get DJ's information for me. I want to connect with DJ. DJ, you're going to hear from me, okay? And send me a DM. Okay. Send me a DM. My DM handle, is that the correct term, is at RealCommCoach, RealComm Coach. DJ, you hear me, sis?
Okay. Yes,
Make sure you connect with me. All right. And if y'all know me, y'all know why. Because she just, yeah. Security Mike. Dave, you already know. Security Mike, thank you so much for your patience. You're live with the legendary Dame LZ and your girl DT. What is your question or comment?
Hey, how y'all doing? That last caller, she sounded concerned, but she turned around and was promoting people not to vote for the party that they should have been voting for. She's one main reason why we're in the predicament we're in today. Same way with another host on the truth. That was, I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for Trump. A lot of people took those leads and voted for him. That's why we're in this predicament. And I hope it affects those people that did that. That last woman caller, that you giving information, y'all want to talk and stuff. Those are the people that why we're in this predicament we're in right now. And I hope it affects that woman later on down the line. Thank you.
What do you mean you hope it affects?
I don't know, but he's wrong. Listen.
He's absent. And my thing, but hold on, let me just say this really quick. I will, Dame. Let me just say this really quick. He's actually the problem because the division, like, and I hope something affects her. Like, where does that come from?
Yeah,
so go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
You hope something affects. This is affecting her.
It is affecting
her. You think it's just going to affect her? It's going to affect you as well. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about ICE and what they're able to do and how they can affect black communities. And those black parts of our community that voted for Trump and did whatever for Trump. We're not talking about somebody who, and I was one of those people that didn't have a belief that Trump could do the Project 2025. I didn't think it could happen. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. So I wasn't staunchly supportive of Kamala, and I wasn't supportive of Trump at all. But I voted for Kamala because I understood the gravity of the moment. What I'm saying is you can't say, oh, I hope something bad happened to her, because if something bad happens to her, it's happening to you too.
Well, here's the thing, Dame. Because even the fact that he highlighted that she and I were exchanging information, that triggered him. So then when I peel the onion layers back, this goes back to there's a lot of brothers out there, and you're going to get mad when I say this, but it's the truth, that love they love what a woman can do, but they don't love women.
See, I didn't even feel that because I'm not a woman, so I didn't feel that. But I'm glad you explained that to me.
Because the aggression in his voice, and then when he was like, and y'all exchanging information, and then when he said, I hope whatever is going to affect her, he made it about her, and not. That's brothers. Please heal, please. Because if you really want to go there, all of this resentment that exists in our community between each other. And when I say between straight black men and straight black women, that's actually the root cause. And that's actually, you're doing exactly what was designed when they divided the family, when we were stolen and brought here and enslaved. And I'm going to really need black men that sound like him. Because as soon as he was like, and yeah, y'all, we're not going to start a cult. Calm down. 2 black women. Because 1 minute, we argue too much. 1 minute, we always yelling and angry. And then as soon as we demonstrate some unity, 350,000 of us are unemployed. So, and when I hear another black woman, whether I agree or not, has opinion that really resonates, yes, we need more black women supporting one another because y'all ain't caring about us. Oh, yes, I said it. You don't give a mess about us. You don't give a mess about us. 300. And no, I have to, Dame. And the reason why I'm saying that because it needs to be said. Black women do not feel supported right now. We don't. And that is a fair statement. And what's really disappointing is that black men will publicly call on a black talk radio show where other people are listening. And that's why a lot of other people be like, see, why should we respect black women? Their men don't. So no, I'm not going to let you continue to create division. Now you could do it. Sherwin starts what, 9 o'clock? But while DT? No, you are part of the problem. 350,000 black women between April and July. And that's a real number because especially when a lot of households depend on black women to bring home a check. And is a fact.
It's not just 350,000 black women that have lost jobs. It's 350,000 black women that have lost jobs while their counterpart of 300 and something thousand white men have entered back into the workforce. Yeah. So they're being black women are being automatically replaced with white men. But going back to what we were saying.
I mean, it's like, can I say that we're blank if we do, we're blank if we don't?
Yeah.
We're damned if we do. We're damned if we don't. Black women, we can't make y'all happy for nothing.
I think
leave us alone.
What was his name? Conscious Mike? What was his Security Mike? When Security Mike called, I think what he exhibited was the reason why we had the percentage of black men that voted for Trump, whether it was 18 or 20%, whatever it was, I don't know the exact number, that voted for Trump, whereas black women didn't, and they told the line, they held the line, right? Black men kind of flaked on us a little bit, just a little bit. Not all of us, just a little bit of us, because of whatever reasons they had, and DT labeled those reasons out well. Going back to what we've been talking about is as black men, how those black men that voted for Donald Trump, how y'all feel now when y'all see black babies getting zip-tied outside of buildings in Chicago? Y'all hear black women crying about how they had to listen to these flash bombs go off. This is the man y'all voted for that is doing this to your families.
93% of black women voted for Kamala Harris. 93%.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of the conversations, depending on the subject, I'll be like, don't look at me. Because contrary to popular belief, I know how I voted. Mm-hmm. And let me be clear. Let me be crystal clear. This presidential election, I get emotional just thinking about it. Dame, I voted for the first time in the state of Texas. And I have never had that much anxiety voting. And I've never shared this before publicly. But this previous brother that called, he done got me started, and I got time today. I literally had to activate my moral compass and say, and whoever I pray to, please just right now give me the right spirit and the right decision making. I am literally asking you, God, to just move my hand and guide me in terms of who I should vote for in this presidential election. And I've never said this before, but based on the moral compass, and yeah, there's a lot of aspects of my decision making that are based on me as an individual, and then based on my family, like my children and my parents. But that day, it was like, you have to vote based on what you think is best in that moment, Dame. In that moment, Andrew, what is best for this country? Okay, just forget about everything you're seeing right now, the optics, Denise. Vote for what you feel, because this country is supposed to be united. It's supposed to be the greatest country, and my hand voted for Kamala Harris. Period. I've never said this publicly, but I am tired of living in a country, seriously, where nobody cares about me as a black woman. Just because of my physical appearance, I can't satisfy my black men. And if I walk into a room, white people are going to think I'm combative or I'm angry or just disrespectful. If I sit in first class, which, by the way, I earn every freaking dollar. When people say this, you need to understand, especially my white friends that are listening. I've made it look easy, but you have no idea what it feels like when you have to wake up 2 hours earlier in the morning just to construct your physical appearance to make other people feel comfortable. I've been in rooms where I've literally said an innovative, strategic, business impactful idea, and it was crickets. My white male counterpart will literally take what I just said, sprinkle a little bit, well, now I'm going to, and then they're like, oh, great idea, John. Do you know how that feels when you do that every day? Every day. And then you come home and you have brothers who will then look at you and say, you're too successful, you're too this, you're too that, or you ain't doing enough of this. Every day. That's what black women have every freaking single day. We are exhausted. We are tired. And I just need for y'all to leave. Either you gonna love us or leave us alone. Jerome, you are live. Thank you for your patience. Do we need to go to break or can we take Jerome? Jerome, brother, could you please hold? Can you let this black woman just put you on hold for 2 seconds? And when we come back, we'll hear from both Jerome and Al.
He took us to church, Andrew.
My goodness. Whew.
The Holy Apostolic Church of the Black Woman.
Do not get me started, but leave black women alone. And yes, I did get DJ's number because she and I need to unite. I'll be back. Shoot.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
You know, it's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Yes. We're back.
We're back.
DT, how you feeling? You You feeling good right now?
I feel good.
Did you get that off your chest?
Sometimes, though, because like one of our listeners, and I love this listener, so I'm not going to say that listener's name, but when somebody is having a moment where there's a lot of emotion, just so you know what you did was a microaggression. When you say, because actually, a lot of white people do this to black people, and they don't understand the impact.
Yeah.
But when somebody is having, let's say, an emotional expression or just, speaking their truth, for you to say, calm down.
No.
Or breathe. Don't do that. That's a microaggression. You're dismissive.
I get hit with that. Oh, brother, stay calm. And nah, why? Why can't I show my emotion? Why can't I show how passionate I am about this subject?
But it's also perception. Just because you felt like I might be going off because you're so used to living in this very happy, everything is wonderful life. Yeah, black people have every right to be, quote unquote, angry. And if somebody is responding in their emotional truth, let them. Don't say calm down or breathe, because what you're doing is you're dismissing it and you're kind of making it seem like they're overreacting. And when you make someone who's speaking their truth feel like they're overreacting, they'll shut down, they'll conceal that, and then it comes down in a more violent way. True Talk and Text line, we got Jerome. Thank you so much for your patience. What is your question or comment? Because you're live with DT and Dame.
Okay, I have two questions. One being, do you feel? I'm 29, and my entire life I voted against Trump, and I wonder if if we feel like the Democratic Party has done enough for us. Like, we know the Democratic Party can rely on, 93% of the black women vote. It's been a diminishing black male vote since Obama, but they know they can rely on our vote, and the Republicans know they'll never get our vote. So is there a conflict of interest there, knowing that we're only going to vote one way so the Republicans don't do anything for us, and the Democrats know, well, no matter what we do, we don't have to work for their vote, so they could just come to campaign in our neighborhoods just to remind us to vote, and then when it's time to do anything, we're kind of left on the back burner. And I wonder if that's a problem. Like, who's going to be our next elected official? Who are we going to look to next after this election? After Trump's 4 years are up, because they say in 2004 when Obama gave the DNC speech, they knew right away he was going to be the next nominee, and we really haven't had a free opportunity in my lifetime to vote for somebody. I wanted to vote for Bernie, and then we couldn't vote. I mean, that election was kind of rigged against him. And so then I voted for Hillary. I didn't like the hot sauce and the Pearce comment she made. I felt like they were always pandering to us, but you had to bite your tongue and vote.
And Jerome,
just
so you know, I want to tell you this, brother. Just so you know, Jerome, somebody black told her to say that. I just want you to know that somebody on her campaign. Oh, absolutely. Come on.
That was a terrible. That left a terrible taste in my mouth.
One of her campaign consultants.
I never could get over that. Plus, the other comments, and it was just I don't think they are genuine in their support of our community, because they've never done anything to help us. You only see them when it's election cycle.
Yeah.
And so I wonder, if we had somebody that was a Republican and he supported ideas that are going to be for our people, would we be, as a people, be willing to vote for that person? Are we tied to the party? And do we have to rely on them to come up with the next promising politician when it really doesn't look like that, like with Hakeem Jeffries and just the Democratic Party all in all right now?
We get what you're saying, and thank you for the call. But what we're saying is, and what I'm saying is, as black people, we have got to stop saying who's going to come save us. Nobody's coming to save us but us. We have to stop saying, is the Republican Party going to come save us? Is the Democratic Party going to? Because that's what what you were just saying. Well, if it's a Republican guy and he's doing this, no. We got to start doing stuff for ourselves and building up our communities, even outside of politics. As black people, we oftentimes put too much pressure on politicians to come in and they got to correct everything. They got to do everything. Yeah, vote for that politician that has your interest in mind. But us, and as we have done in the past and we've shown we can do, we need to step up and start controlling our own destinies and start pushing forward our own agendas in our own neighborhoods and then make them do it. Then they're going to follow suit. Because if they don't see us doing it, then they're not going to care what we talking about.
No, watch this, y'all. You good, Dame? Calm down.
Right. That's how I get, though.
But here's the thing, though. I feel you. I just wanted to demonstrate how if when I do it, how it feels. Calm down. You good? Yeah. Breathe, Dame. Doesn't feel good when you hear it, does it? When you're in that moment. Okay.
I've
just want to demonstrate because that.
I've had it before.
But I hear you, brother.
I hear it all the time.
And I want to underscore the whole, because there will. I'm just going to say it. In our lifetime, I doubt that there will ever be another Martin Luther King Jr. Because we've been conditioned that it's got to be one leader that saves us. I doubt there'll be another one. Al, you are live. Thank you so much for holding with DT and Dame. What is your question or comment?
My comment is we're going to keep this 100. Number one, Denise, those men who say that about you, they ain't never been for you. Those are bottom feeders. That's why they're by themselves. Number two, what I was going to say about the black people who voted Republican, they voted for the white skin, and they have an addiction for the big bad white. It ain't nothing you can do for those people. They are who they are. I tell people all the time, let them rock. Because when you come to them with logic, basic common sense, and facts, there's no way they can counterattack. Their zip code ain't changed. Their finances ain't changed. All they doing is standing for white. And I'm going to let all y'all know this. Caucasians only can be U.S. citizens, not Americans. And the only people who can fix this is we the people. But I will say to you again, Denise, those people who voted for Republican, you got to let them rot like a dead dog and a dead possum on a wool roll with blood coming out their ears and maggots coming out their mouth and nose. Let them rot. Save yourself and tell God he can get the GD boo, because only we, the people, can fix this. Goodbye and happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you too, Al.
Listen, and thank you, Andrew, for just putting that up there. I'm not even going to respond to. Al just drops bombs and he just walks.
He's
off.
A mic dropper.
He throws grenades and it's just like we can't even. There's nothing we can say. Donald Trump won more black voters than any Republican in 48 years. Let that sink in. In 48 years,
I told you
this is the one that black people have thought they should have voted for.
Andrew, I know we got to go to break, but what's the percentage of black men that voted for Trump?
71% did not vote for Trump.
So that means
like
29%.
So 29%.
That's a crazy number. So that means 3 out of every 10 of us, y'all, decided that the best option for the black community.
Because there are so many brothers, like the one that just called. I keep trying to tell y'all, and then when women talk about it, we're being feminist. We got to break. Y'all get healed.
Conversations.
So much resentment, brothers. Y'all like this, but y'all don't like this. We'll be back.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent, as an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened, and we know things happen, and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight, or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had.
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease, and he's on dialysis, and he wants to get on the list, and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. That's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and,
Yeah, but that was a
water.
choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute. Even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Northbound 41 looks like we've got a crash at just past North Avenue. It's off on the left shoulder, so watch for the delays heading through that area. We've also got another crash north of North Avenue on northbound. The left shoulder is blocked with that one as well. So a couple of accidents, and then we got delays from before Mayfair Road all the way up past Hampton. Southbound side's backed up as usual from the county line to Good Hope Road. Eastbound 94, we got backups from just before 84th Street all the way to 35th. Westbound's actually kind of clear until you hit Moreland. That's when it starts to slow down all the way to Brookfield Road. And then we've got southbound 43 backing up from just south of Brown Deer Road all the way down past Silver Spring. A little more of a delay right past Capitol Drive down towards Locust. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, increasing clouds, then afternoon showers and isolated storms, a high of 76. Tonight, on and off showers or storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 55. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, now is your chance to be our one call that's all Gruber 5K giveaway entry for the day. Yes, you can be entered to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Be caller number... DT says caller number 5 right now at 833-212-1017, and you will be entered to win the $5,000 giveaway with the award-winning 101.7 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, that is caller number 5. Don't sound so beautiful when you say it.
Thank you.
833-212-1017. Remember, if you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com for official contest rules. Visit 1017thetruth.com.
Now
caller number 5.
Caller number 5, all the way live. We've been talking about the ICE raids that continue to escalate, and just this last week, down the street from us in Chicago, Southside Chicago, which is a predominantly black and brown area, more specifically black, which the operative word of why ICE gets to do what they do is that all they have to do is believe that you are an immigrant. So whether you're of Afro-Latino descent, African descent, basically, if you look like you're black or brown, ICE raids are legal. They are legal through administrative warrants. And just to summarize, immigration law is civil, not criminal. So when you say, I'm not a criminal, I don't have any warrants, I haven't broken any laws, it does not matter. ICE can issue its own internal warrants without a judge. The federal law The existing federal law in the United States of America gives ICE wide authority to enforce these civil violations. Mm-hmm. And the Supreme Clause, let me be clear, lets federal enforcement trump, no pun intended, many of the local protections that are available. That's why when Mayor Johnson of Chicago, what is the governor of Illinois' last name again?
Prisloff or something like that.
2 months ago, stood in front of the city of Chicago and said, we are not going to let this happen. Not here, not on our watch. And what just happened? Do not think this is not going to or cannot happen, because as our incredible producer, Andrew, and we could put that back up, Andrew, the story around ICE is moving into a new facility here in Milwaukee on the northwest side.
They're not, and see, when it happened, DT, and when it went down, I told everybody then, they're not building this facility for Latinos and immigrants. They're not building it on the northwest side of Milwaukee, the heavily segregated city, hyper-segregated city. On the northwest side, there weren't no buildings on the south side. On the northwest side for migrants and immigrants, they're not doing it. That's for us. And unless people open their eyes and see it, you had an opportunity then, and it didn't work. Listen, y'all, like we said, 29% of black men, 30%, 3 out of every 10 black men voted for Donald Trump. As black men, as the protectors of our families, our women, our children, how do you feel when you see what happened in Chicago, orchestrated by the administration of the person that you voted for? Orchestrated. 75th and South Shore, the heart of Chicago, to put fear into black people, to put fear into black women, to put fear into black kids. As a black man and the protector of this black sanctity that we have, that you're supposed to be, how do you feel about that when you went in that booth and you voted for that? You voted for them to treat your people like that. How you feel?
833-212-1017. And speaking of that, answer the question. How do you feel? We've got, I'm going to make the announcement. Name one more time before we... Congratulations, Ashley. You are the official 5th caller who will now be entered to win the Gruber 5K giveaway. Dame, you done ruffled some feathers. You got some folks activated. Letitia, thank you for your patience. You are live with the legendary Dame and DT. What is your question or comment?
Oh, I really didn't have a question. I'm disgusted with it all.
Speak your truth. We listening. You got the mic, Letitia. We're listening.
That's it. I'm kind of nervous. But, yeah, that's about it. So anybody that voted for Donald Trump, I don't mess with them.
Why?
Look at the result.
How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling, Letitia? How are you feeling emotionally?
Just drained and disgusted.
How is that impacting the way that you just move every day? How you engage with other people?
I don't know. It's overwhelming. Everything that we said before the election is happening right in front of our eyes. It's every day. It's overwhelming. It's so much news. It's so much stuff. It's just happening so fast.
Letitia, can I ask you a personal question?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a mother? Do you have children?
I do.
Okay. How are you navigating being a parent in this current environment? Like, what are some of the changes or shifts or even conversations that you're having to have now that you didn't think you were going to have based on the outcome of the election?
Well, not necessarily from the election, but I have one son. I only have one child. And I'm scared for him to do anything. So he just goes to work and come home.
He's scared to do anything, so he literally just goes to work and comes home.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that he shares with you in terms of why he just goes straight from work and home every day?
Just the city, even though he black, the immigration, that's scary. You know, they picking up anybody. I mean, just everything.
So really quick, last question, Letitia, and again, thank you for your call before we go to Pat. Is there anything Or what are the things that you're doing differently now that you weren't doing, let's say, 2 or 3 years ago because of this fear and frustration? Did we lose Letitia? Okay, she's gone. Pat, thank you so much for your patience. You are live with DT and Dame. What is your question or comment?
Good morning, family. Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't vote, as everybody knows. I was really turned off by both candidates. I have voted all my life one particular way, and this election just had me very turned off. I did not. I can't speak about Project 2025 because that I still don't know what's in that, and nobody's made it completely clear. Everybody just kept saying Project 2025. There are people who don't read, who can't read, who don't have understanding, and nobody put the education forward in our community to break down Project 2025 so that we really didn't understand what there was to fear in Project 2025.
I'm going to push back and disagree with you on that, Pat, because I know personally, just even on The Truth, many of the hosts, now they may have said it in a way that didn't resonate, but we definitely here at The Truth broke down on several occasions Project 2025. I can attest for that on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. And I know Tori did.
I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't get the whole gist of it. I mean, really, I still don't. I still don't know what.
And Pat, and so you know, Pat, we go back, and I remember several times.
We do.
Several times, Pat. Let me take the condescending tone out of my voice.
2025.
I literally would ask you, Pat. I'd be like, sis, because I never had an issue with you saying that you didn't feel comfortable voting. I always wanted to understand what you needed, and I would always ask you, Pat, what do you need in order to vote? I would ask you, true or false?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm asking you, Pat.
True.
Okay, so when you say, you know, we didn't do a good job, we being like people.
No, I didn't say you.
No, I don't mean me personally. I'm just saying like there were plenty of platforms that broke down Project 2025. I'm just going to say this, Pat, as somebody who wasn't really excited about the election, rightfully so, I think this is a situation where you heard what you wanted to hear. I'm just being as a communication coach.
It could be that.
Yeah, you heard what you wanted to hear.
It could actually be that, but I can also say that I still, at standing right now, do not know what's in Project 2025.
Well,
I know what's happening right now, and I disagree with all of it. It's very scary. But I hope, this is my only hope, is that when it's time to vote again for anybody, that they are more education based on how they're going to get some of this stuff done. And it's not a bunch of shenanigans, you know, and not a bunch of people playing in our face. Tell us how this is going to happen so that we don't fall into these situations, you know, so that we don't have people like myself that say it's not worth it to even vote. You know what I'm saying?
So Pat, let me just say
really
this.
Love to vote.
Let me just say this to you, sis. Okay, and Dame he didn't allude, he directly.
I directly said
let me just say this to you, Pat, because I'm learning this too, not even just with politics, just in life in general. Quit expecting you from others.
Yep.
Nobody owes you anything. Yep. I am learning that the hard way. Do not expect you from others, and nobody owes us as a community. Nobody owes you as an individual. Nobody owes you anything. And the more, like literally one of my favorite songs of all time, and I played it yesterday when I was outside walking Ernie, On Our Own by Bobby Brown. If you get a chance, play that song today to listen to the lyrics. Not for real. Because I used to play it on Truth Be Told with DT. Yeah,
right,
like do not, Pat, this will give you so much time and energy. And when we come back, we're going to go to Jennifer. This will give you so much time and energy.
Yeah.
Stop expecting you from others and stop expecting people.
Nobody's coming through that door.
Nobody is. Like that's why when people say things like Denise is loud, Denise is this, Denise is that, I used to take it personally, but then every time I pay my Williams every month, you hear me, brother? And nobody else pays my Williams but me. I'm like, why am I caring about what people think or say about me when twice a month? Paid to the order of by whom? Only Denise, almost gave my full government name, D.T. Thomas. When we come back, Jennifer, thank you for...
talk about that on the other side.
Yeah, so I can... Look, Pat, let it go. Do it for yourself, sis. Jennifer, stay on the line. We're going to come straight to you when we come back from break. You are listening to Truth in the Morning with the legendary Dame LZ and your girl DT, the effective communication coach. I love my people. I love my community. But the minute I stop expecting things from people, life got a little easier. Yep. We'll be back.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Hey, Truth fam. This is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 101.7 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
It's 101.7 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella Windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more.
Purchase tickets at 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com. That's 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Junior Achievement is proud to team up with the Admirals to help young people build the skills they need to win in school, in work, and in life. Thank you to the Milwaukee Admirals for supporting JA programming and for giving our students a power play toward a brighter future. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
All right, let's get into it because we've already got like 2 seconds left. We got Jennifer on the line. Really something interesting. Dame, you have been like provoking my mind. That's why I love your brain. It's so stimulating. Now check this out. Because we're talking about immigrants, right? So ICE could basically detain and disrupt your peace on what they believe are immigrants. Now check this out.
And that 100-mile border, they are autonomous. They do what they want to do.
Do what they want to do. Now, check this out, Truth Nation. 97% of Asian Americans in the United States, according to the United States Census data and Pew Research Center, live in urban areas. This is a higher urban concentration than for any other major racial or ethnic group in the United States. Now, check this out. The 97% of Asian Americans that live in these metropolitan urban areas, the top cities are Los Angeles, ICE raids. New York, ICE raids. San Francisco, not yet. San Jose, not yet. Seattle, they were in Seattle, right?
Portland and all that, yep.
And Chicago. Now, what's crazy is that I have yet to see the profiling of Asian Americans during ICE raids.
Right.
Are you ready for this? The highest demographic that the top 3 IT companies, Google, Meta, and Microsoft, employ are what?
Asian Americans. And why? And why have they been not on the ground getting choked out and not that it's their own fault, but because they're valued citizens. The Trump administration sees them as valued citizens. They're in the same lane as Eastern European immigrants, who a majority of those Eastern European immigrants are here illegally as well.
Now,
no one talks about that. But
somebody's going to say, well, what about the auto plant in Hyundai? Exactly. Because what Dame just said answered your question. Those Asian Americans aren't seen as what?
Valued Americans.
But the ones that work for the big 3, which, by the way, all 3 CEOs were, in the office chumming it up. Thank you so much, President Trump and First Lady Melania, for inviting us. All 3 of them, Tim Cook, Mark Zuckerberg.
They're part of Trump's oligarchy.
So those Asian Americans are safe. So if you are not seen as a valued, oh, by the way, the black people that voted for Trump, you're not a valued American.
Nope.
Jennifer, thank you so much for holding. You are live with DT and Dame. What is your question or comment?
So good morning.
Good morning.
I just listen to you guys every morning.
Thank you.
I'm working in Wisconsin, but I am from Memphis, Tennessee, where we currently have the ICE raids. Not only do we have the ICE raids there, we have National Guard. Like everybody's there now. They are putting it there to say that it's because of the crime. I don't think it's because of the crime. Memphis is a lucrative investment. It's a Democratic city. It's the only city in Tennessee, basically, that is still Democrat versus Republican. As far as people that voted for Trump, I did not vote for Trump, and I did not want to vote for Kamala. But I knew that Trump was going to continue the initiative that he had once started.
Jennifer, it's so funny that you said that. Jennifer, I have to just say this really quick. It's so funny that you said that, because I have never shared who I voted for, ever. And I did this morning. And it's so funny that you say that, because that's exactly what I shared with Dame during the break. I said, I wasn't necessarily voting for Kamala.
Right.
And that's none of y'all's nobody's business but me and her. But I was like, I cannot. So, Jennifer, I'm with you. I feel you.
You cannot vote for someone that you know has already said what he plans to do and what side he's on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, Kamala did not show up. She did not show up for us at all. But she didn't show up for either side.
I think from an election standpoint, she did the best she could with what she had. From an election, campaign standpoint, yeah.
I agree with that. But past Kamala, I think all of this that's going on right now, you just asked the previous lady about if she was a mother. I'm a black mother to black boys, to a black daughter, and a black husband. I know, like outside of just ICE and Hispanics, I know how it feels to be discriminated based on what you look like.
Mm-hmm.
DEI, with my education, is literally an attack against us. And it's like our schools in the South are hurting. Our HBCUs are hurting. Everything that could potentially help us is now being targeted. And this is from someone like Trump said what he was planning to do with his first run. Yeah. He just has more manpower this time to put forth everything that he said. And you are like nails on the wall when you said about the black men that voted for him. They disrespect the black women in general.
1,000%. It's a lot of self-hatred and resentment. But guess what, Jennifer? It's not our battle. It's not our battle. Just get your rest.
Not our battle.
This is the year where black women we are getting our rest. The word is no.
Exactly. And I am so sorry that they disrespect and dislike their mother. So, like, that is just my spiel on it. But I feel literally everything you guys are saying. We are living it in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee has literally become a targeted hell.
Well, thank you for tuning in from Memphis. And
appreciate you, sis.
Truth International.
I'm tuning in from Wisconsin. I'm here working.
But, But, yeah, you come in here and you listen.
What is that? What's going on?
We appreciate that. That's the Feds tapping.
I was thinking the same thing. I was straight thinking
anytime that happens, that means you're getting tapped.
I was like,
I said international and all of a sudden.
When I was on Truth Be Told with DT Telly, I always say, you know they watching, they listening.
I said international, NSA started tipping in. That's probably one of the words. Listen, and thank you for the call, and I agree with what you're saying. I'm going to say this quickly, is that let's not get it twisted, y'all. We putting Trump as the face and the person behind this, but Trump is more so like the King of England, a figurehead of this. This is what they've been planning for a long time. And a couple weeks ago, I said something about over the course of 8 months, they've been allowed to topple the government. And critical thinkers understand that it just didn't take 8 months. I was just being literal. But what I'm saying is they have put together this plan, and in this plan, they have used it to topple democracy slowly but surely. And let's go back we're talking about immigration. Do y'all remember when the immigrants was hitting Texas and was hitting these southern states, and they were putting them on planes, flying them to Chicago, flying them to New York? So how do they know that these immigrants are there in these places? How do they know that this Venezuelan gang may or may not have been in this building? Because they put them there. Mm-hmm. So in putting them there, they created this dilemma that they had to try to come solve. And so now they know they there. We go get them. We look good. So that should let you know that this ain't just been a plan of Trump's, because Trump ain't smart enough to think this out. Trump can barely read. This has been a plan of those in power to gain more power. That's the bottom line.
And to your point, Dame, in addition to that bottom line, Project 2025 isn't just another policy playbook. And so, again, our credible producer, Andrew, put the link to Project 2025. Shout out to Andrew. Dame, really quick, though, I got to say this. So, D'Angel's advocate was like, so assuming by saying on the radio that all black men don't care about black women, isn't that called Division 2? Number one, I never said that all black men don't care about black women. But number two, here's what I'm not going to do, D'Angels. And for every black woman that's listening, quit arguing with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. D'Angel's advocate, you have made it clear. You have made it clear that anytime I say something, you counter it. So what I have done as part of protecting my peace in this thing called life that I get one of, I do not argue or debate or entertain people that have demonstrated they are committed to misunderstanding me. Please stop doing that, sisters. Love y'all, Dame. Love you, brother.
Love your sister.
Love your brain. Love your knowledge. Let's make it a great day, y'all. Up next, Professor Sherwin Hughes. Make it a great day. I hope this global warming lasts until I get back to Dallas. I'm headed to the airport right now. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate the love. Dame, I'll see you next time I see you.
Yes, I'm here tomorrow. But when you back, I'll be here too then.
I love you. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to give y'all more live consecutive Milwaukee Black Talk Radio. Let's go.
Coming with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were